What do you do when you get a hickey?
I don't do anything.
You just show it off?
Yes. Just let it show.
Do you care?
No, I don't care.
What if you see a girl with a hickey? What do you think of her?
It's kind of a little weird. I mean, especially if it's a big one, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of shows that they're a slut.
The surface of my project is ultimately viewed through how a simplistic topic such as hickeys feeds into the sexual double standard. The reaction I received during my research was construed into what might seem insignificant and lightweight. However, the reactions I got while doing this project appeared to be extremely troubling. My project defines how language and societal expectations create the double standard.
When I get a hickey, it doesn't really matter. Like, so I usually flaunt that shit. I make sure that people can see it because, you know, I want to show that off.
What about when a girl has one?
I mean, good on her. She's getting some. That's the way it should be.
No. Why?
Because I feel like I'm not ashamed. I don't know. I really don't care. Like, I don't care what people think.
Okay. Okay, so about a guy. Do you think they need to cover their hickeys?
No, I don't think they need to. I mean, I really don't care, but...
Pounds and pounds of makeup.
I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't, like, try, you know, I'm not, like, pounding on the makeup or anything. Like, I probably don't, like, put my hair up because that's, like, obvious. Like, I feel like some girls almost, like, make it, like, you know, draw attention to it or whatever.
Standard. What if a girl has a hickey? Do you think she should cover it up?
I'm not gonna talk to her.
So, like, when you guys get
Hickeys are immature.
There's a method. I don't really call all my friends say they comb it.
I used makeup and then wore a scarf.
When I get crazy, cause I don't give a...
When I see a hickey, I'm just like, oh, you got some.
See a girl who has a hickey. What do you think of her?
That makes you been kissing a dude. Hey.
Or a girl.
Or a girl.
Alright, so you don't think it really matters? Would you mind doing it?
I mean, when you automatically assume somebody has whorish tendencies, that's really bad. Unless you like know she's an actual whore, you know. So, but hey.
It indicates that she doesn't care if other people see that she had a dude sucking on her neck that night.
What if it's her boyfriend?
That's a different story.
And I don't give them. It's gotta have the right touch.
What do you mean the right touch?
Can't leave marks, and then otherwise everyone knows.
So what if a girl has one?
Then you gotta stay away.
Why?
Because that's gross.
Why is that gross?
Unless you gave it to her.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you have hickeys, and why did you cover them up?
I covered them up because I get a lot of comments on them.
Like,
and
what kind of comments?
like, ooh, who gave you that? Or how was last night? Or like stuff like that.
If I do know them, then I'll just say like, oh, what's that on your neck? You got bit by a vampire or something?
Alright, so right now I'm doing a survey on age, race, gender, sexual orientation, and whether you cover up your hickeys or not. And I've gotten some interesting feedback. So I'm just like filling just like the top, just shade out.
The only people who really give hickeys are like boyfriends and girlfriends. You don't see too much like people who just casually date doing hickeys. So I think if I was casually dating someone and they gave me a hickey, I'd be a little pissed because if I went somewhere else, now I have this, you know what I mean?
I feel like when you're dating someone, it's almost weird to have them, like, to a certain extent. Like, if it's, like, really far into a relationship, because I feel like it's kind of like, okay, like, I don't know, like, maybe, you know, like, after a while, it's kind of like, okay.
It depends on who I'm seeing.
So if it's a boyfriend?
If I'm seeing my boyfriend?
Right.
Oh no, I show that.
I guess if it was a boyfriend, it's understandable. I mean, they're together, there's obviously a connection and a bond.
I'll have like one of my friends before, one of my girlfriends before I go out, like try to put on, I don't know what they put on, is that like, the stuff that it's like foundation or something?
Alright, so just reading some of the comments. So under the section, what do you think if you see someone of the opposite sex who doesn't cover them up? So I've gotten slut, crazy, try not to judge, flaunt them, they must have had sexual relations, and damn, get some. So interesting. And those comments, the slut and crazy, are from age 18, both white, male, and straight. And neither of them cover up their hickeys.
Ah, dirty.
I don't want that public perception. People thinking I'm, I don't know, dirty, I guess.
Okay, so what if you saw a girl who didn't cover hers up? What would you think?
I think I wrote that I'd feel kind of bad for her, or I'd feel ashamed for her.
Why?
To be honest, I don't know.
Teenage boys often gain status through sexual activity, so sexual conquest becomes a part of the development of normative masculine identity. Teenage girls learn that womanhood is equated with a physical beauty that is rigidly defined as white, young, and ultra-thin. Girls face social pressures to conform to feminine beauty standards and are severely judged by their peers on the basis of attractiveness and sexual behavior or lack thereof.
I think she's a skank.
Why?
Because she has a hickey. Because she wants people to see that she hooked up with someone. You can prevent someone from giving you a hickey.
What if you see a girl with one?
I don't know, I guess like you said, it's kind of trashy, I guess.
So even though you have one, it looks trashy?
No, that's why I covered up, because I don't want to look trashy.
It's probably like the super sexist idea that women who are sexual beings are considered sluts.
Yeah,
So if you flaunt that in any way, of course people are going to judge you.
Right.
When I see somebody else have a hickey, I think A, it's embarrassing for them, and B, it can be trashy.
It's like, if a guy has a hickey, it's like, oh, dude, did you get some last night? But like, if it's a girl, it's like, oh, you have a hickey, you're such a skank.
A more designated sign of sex is if a girl comes back, her hair is all fucked up, she's like, she doesn't have a bra
Not necessarily. You could be kissing her roughly, like.
No, like who kisses like that, yo?
No, I mean like
She
you're
missing
into the
clothing.
kiss, like it's passionate, like you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, but still, like she's missing clothing. She's like, she smells like sex. It's just like you can tell when somebody just has sex. A hickey does not really point that out.
I definitely think for girls it's more like, oh, you're gonna let someone do that to you. And then even just like feminists, like they'll sometimes critique you and be like, you let someone put their like mark on you, so now when you're going around, people are like gonna know that you have a partner. And some people take issue with that because a lot of times it's used as like an ownership thing.
So how do you feel about hickeys?
How do I feel about hickeys? You know, I keep getting asked that. And like, what's my opinion on it? God. I mean, when I get them, I cover them up, but it's not even because like I feel like I'm a slut, but because everyone else, I don't know. And a lot of people always talk about that it's from their boyfriends and stuff, where my experience it hasn't been, which is why I cover it up. But I don't know. Interesting.
College campuses, which historically have been settings that encourage a marketplace of ideas, have in recent years become the sites of hate and biased speech with attacks on various groups, including women. My research proved that the sexual double standard exists in the most minuscule instances.